Okay guys, I'm going to show you a live gameplay example how to beat the 71 depth meta. I'm going to show you a live gameplay. We're going to keep this very simple. 4-2-3-1. Don't say oh, there's a secret tactic. Now we've got everything on balanced here in a 4-2-3-1. And these are the instructions. You can just pause these and copy these as you want to. But I've already made a video on this. It's my regular tactics, but I want to show you with the controllers, as you can see, how to avoid the 71 depth meta. Now I'm going to get the ball out of play just to give my opponent the ball. And I'm going to walk you through what I'm going to do. So the key thing is with the 71 depth meta is breaking the first line. The thing is, a lot of players, they don't understand is that once you get pressed like this, let's say you're in this situation, the key thing is using the goalkeepers to create the third player. So let's say you have the ball like this, or if I can get the ball, that is. Let's say you got the ball like this, you're going to see the players press towards you. That's completely fine. Bring like this, bring it out. Let the first line of pressure press you. If you can't, look on the radar. Look on the radar right now. You see my left back is completely free? Then I just do a driven pass like this. You can go to your left back or you can go to your left wing. And then you can start the attack. I'm doing the same thing again. I'm gonna get the pressure onto me again. Same thing here. If you're not too sure, if you want something extravagant, you can try to use creative runs. Like this. Get into the gap. Back to the goalkeeper. You can catch it with the hands. You can analyze. Like I can see on my right hand side, I've got a right back. And you can break through that way. You see that? Again, same thing. If you're not too sure, just lob the ball like this. And after you got the ball like this, the reason why I say is to use a driven one is that you see when you do a driven lob pass like this, the ball moves quicker with speed. Then you can do the L1 triggers. You can try to do the L1 triangles in behind if you want to break the defensive line. If you want to get better at FC24, I do have an FC24 FIFA School Series. But before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund you your money? I can say that because I've been running this school for many years and thousands of people have already joined and even stay on. We go over complete in-depth gameplay tutorials showing you the theory of it and then showing you gameplay examples in a structured format. Unlike my YouTube channel, they are a progressive learning system teaching you everything from the core mechanics to the meta so you can get better as a whole with explanations that go beyond the scope of my YouTube channel. FC School has already started with new videos coming out every single week. These videos will adjust to the recent patches and updates so you can stay up to date and ahead of your competition. So come join thousands of others in a mature community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/NealGuides or click the link down below. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos, more than my YouTube channel in fact, with new FC24 videos getting added constantly so you never run out of content. Remember, the biggest mistake people make is they spend thousands of dollars on FIFA points every single year thinking a team will make them better, but it won't. But now it's time for you to make that change. And don't forget, if you don't get better after 1 month, just send me a message and I'll refund your money. That is the NealGuides guarantee. Patreon.com/NealGuides. Link is down below in the description or click on the pinned comment below. That's the way that you do it. But that is the first step. The second step, one of my favorite steps to use, is hug the sidelines. If you're under pressure, hug the sidelines. Look at my left back and right back. Look how wide they're going. Look on the radar. The left back is completely free. Now when we get the ball, well, that should have been a better header. Dunn is a left back. She's very short. She's actually a centre mid. I just got a left back temporarily. Again, same thing here. We win the ball back, or we should have won the ball back. You see how we use hug the sidelines to basically avoid that space. I'm going to show you another example. We're going to get the ball again. Goalkeeper should be able to catch this swiftly in his grasp, like so. Not going to panic, but just analyze situation, not panic. Again, what you can do as well. You're too worried about the pressure, just drop the ball with triangle. Drop the ball. Don't. This is going to take you. Don't panic. Break that first line of press. Once you've broken the first line of press, Salah's now gone back. That's created that space in the middle. That's created that triangle over there. That's created the L1 triangle. And then that's created the runner in behind. So do you see that? How we're breaking the first line? We're going to again get the ball again. So we're just going to play this normally. But again, just ignore me defending. Just ignore me defending him. I'm just trying to get these situations where I can win the ball back, where I'm getting pressure applied. Expecting a finesse or a Trivela here. I'm expecting Son's finesse here. Expecting Declan Rice to pass it inside the box. He's got Salah, so I know I'm expecting some sort of Trivela or finesse here. On the line, not panicking. Expecting a finesse here. Salah, I know Lewandowski right-footed. Salah, Griezmann's left-footed. Trying to explain what I'm doing before I actually do it. That is the hardest thing about these tutorials, is explaining what you're doing before actually doing it. It's probably the one that, it's why you don't see many people doing these type of tutorials, because it's very complicated. To do something and actually explain it is very difficult. Now what you can do, I want to show you another thing as well. You can, if you don't want to use target sidelines, you increase the width. Behind the screen you can see put it on 70. That is one way. The second thing you can do is leave this unbalanced. Wouldn't recommend possession, because when you use possession, you're telling players to come towards you. That is not ideal. When players coming towards you, that's a play. Let's say you got a player there and a player there. If this player is coming towards you, your AI player is going to come with that player. That's going to in turn invite more pressure to this player. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this unbalanced, but we're going to use slow build-up play. Now, slow build-up play is very, very effective because a lot of you guys say to me, hey, no, look, okay, I understand you can do that. It's fine. I don't feel comfortable on the ball when I have the ball. You're going to say something, you don't feel comfortable when you have the ball in your possession to actually go and maneuver the ball outside. Well, I'm going to show you how you can do it with slow build-up play and the exact same thing. With 4-2-3-1, the good thing is you have that cam player. So when you got a 4-2-3-1 as well, you see you got that. Let's say you got the back four like this. When you got this cam player is important because sometimes the space in between the midfield and the attack, there's no one there. So if you have, for example, a 4-3-3, let's say, for example, if a 4-3-3, the midfield like this, or 4-3-2-1, the problem is sometimes the space in between them can get too restricted. You can't make the pass there. But when you have that central cam there, just sitting a bit higher, and you get a kind of diamond shape up front, that cam is going to be that link-up player between your attacking line and between your midfield line. So I want to show you again. Again, we just don't worry about the game, but we're just focusing on the pressure here. So you can see here, you can see my opponent is applying pressure. Same thing here. You can see with slow build-up play, my teams are not also rushing forward. So you can see here, and if you need to, remember, there's two things. Simple L1 trigger, you can push a player forward. See that? With Oshiwala, I triggered a forward to create the space to make the run in behind. Do you see that? So a simple L1 trigger, and that's what makes a player make a run in behind. Equally, you can do the same thing with the R1 button. So let's say we go over here again. And let's say under pressure, you can hold the R1 button like this. And you can bring a player close like that. But don't hold it. Because when you bring a player, remember I told you, when you bring a player close, you're actually inviting more pressure. See how more people are pressing me now? You see that? It's not good. So what you want to do is you bring a player close just to get them closer to you to nudge in front of the defender. So if you see a player there, you see my CDM there? How on earth that player got away with that, I have no idea. My opponent's probably going to try to force me to leave here, but the joke's on him. I'm recording a tutorial, probably give him the free win in the end anyway. But what you could do is you press the R1 button and that player will come close. So you can see example like this. I'm not gonna panic, and again, get the ball here. So like, see that player is man marked. I push that R1 button. Waited a bit too long there. But you see, push the R1 button, you can bring that player just that 1 second, that split second where that player comes close. So that split second there where that player leaves that defender. You see that? That split second, that's the way you want to do it. So you don't want to hold the R2, let that player come close. You just want to, I like a double tap one because it gives you two options. Like that, just come close. Then I can do a quick 1-2, and then you can bounce the ball around. Then you can do a through ball down the wing, whatever you want to. I haven't got the pressure tactic set up on this one. So you can't really see my opponent doing it. But let's go for the quick finesse here. Simple goal. Easiest goal to score in this game. I don't really score like that normally, but I thought why not for the tutorial. And again, it all starts with also when you lose the ball under pressure. This is what's very, very important. We're going to let the opponent cut inside and we'll try to win the ball back in the middle. When you win the ball back, I could try to win it back here. Okay, we didn't. I'll replicate this situation. When you lose the ball over here, this is the grander place that I see a lot of people, they struggle with, because what they do, they have the ball over here. And then they try to bring their way out, and let's say they lose the ball here. If you lose the ball here, this is what I call no man's land. Because even if you're the best defender in the world, you can see you're going to try to defend against this, and it proves to be very, very difficult. You might get lucky with players being in the right position, but that's why you can't lose the ball. If you're ever in trouble, the fail-safe is the goalkeeper. You can invite the press in between, and then you can break the press like that. As long as you invite the player first, you can break the press line. See that? So if you're really not too sure, let's say they've expanded all the way and you're pressing to your goalkeeper, then you can take a simple left stick touch away. Remember, you're always on your left back. That's what the benefit of hug the sidelines. You can turn hug the sidelines off as well. And you're going to have that outlet. And again, if you're still not too sure, let's say worst case, you're like, oh, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. Just smack the ball out. Now, sometimes the ball goes into the middle. People are saying, oh, it's fine when you smack the ball out, but it depends on a kick taker. If you've got someone that hasn't got, like, you haven't got Edison, what you can do is you can use the precision lob pass. Well, that's not the good example. We'll do it very quickly now instead of speaking about it. But precision lob pass, and you can lob the ball and you can try to get it in the wing area. That way, at least you have time to recover. Because if you lob the ball, for example, in the middle of the pitch, like so, your opponent may be able to get the header or get the ball and then play the ball to the striker like that. That is a common way that I'm seeing people struggle a lot when they're playing out of the pressure and they're playing out the back. I don't know how on earth we won the ball there, but somehow we did. That's one thing I want to say. So tactics are important to some extent, But realistically, it's all about using balanced play. You can use long ball, whatever you want to. But that's why I'd say just be careful with the build-up play. You know, if you have it on, for example, long ball, it's my favorite because long ball gives you the best outlets. I'll show you an example. I'm going to turn around on his left foot. Yep. Going to go again as left foot, just waiting for it. That comes to experience, by the way, predicting what foot they're going on. See, this is why I always advocate. See, someone like Salah, not the best of strikers. He's a good player as a winger to cut the ball in. But the problem is he's left-footed. Very heavily dominant. It's very easy to predict where someone like Salah is going to go, whereas someone like Griezmann or someone like Griezmann, same thing. You know they're going to go on their left. Someone like Son, however, with a 5-star weak foot, is very, very easy to get through. Now, if you're going to do the same thing, let's just say we're going to change this here. We're going to use a 4-4-2 here. Now, let's say you're doing the same thing. You're doing the 71 depth. This is the whole issue here, but I think will be very important to show you guys actually. Stay central, come back, and we're just going to put some pressing tactics on here. Left back, right back, stay back. We're going to increase it to the depth to 71. So this, see at the top it says, see how your backline would be high up. That's what you want to trigger. I'm just going to use on balance for example. Well, we need to pause it again because actually we didn't do it in time. Make sure 71 depth. I think people always ask me, you know, no, why is it 71 depth? Is there a reason why it's exactly 71 depth? There's actually no reason. It's just because what happens is there's actual certain things. So if you go, for example, look on the depth. You see the text changes? So if you go under 30, these are the key ones to remember. Under 30, or 29 should I say, and under, you have this one. Then that's the drop back kind of mechanic. 45 and under, that is the AI press. That's a new system that it doesn't really say on the text, but that's a new method. So if you use 45 depth, the team kind of push up and try to cut the passing lanes. Then you can see here, well, technically 70, but 71. I'm pretty sure it's always 71. I mean, unless I'm mistaken. It looks like it's 70 there, but 71 is really the one that changed. I think in all menus, it's 71, but in these menus, it's 70. It's better to use it than the other way. But it's kind of the same thing here. So let's say, for example, well, FIFA 19. Yeah, like we were saying, going forward, again, same thing with the pressure. If you're using a 4-4-2, you're going to find that lack of that middle player. You see that? You sometimes find that, okay, your centre mids are there. This is, people always ask me, hey, look, no, I can't go forward because look on the radar. Look how my strikers are so isolated. You see that? Now, again, you can break the first line like this. That's not to that player, but anyway. You can break the first line like that. I don't want Son really in striker, and that was not to Son, but anyway. Son's actually my striker. But I like Smithwaite. She's one of my favourite players. But you see the midfield four. You see how my opponent's midfield four and the strikers. You see even my midfield four. Look, it's so difficult because to get the ball, as you can see, to the centre mids, they sit higher up because they're centre mids. That's why CDMs are better. And that's why the double tap R1 is going to help you in those situations like this. Because you see the gap between the centre mids. Now, of course, if someone is experienced in the game, it's very easy for them. Like if you look at Anders, for example. Anders is a very good example. It looks like he's got some OP tactics, but it's not. It's all just basics. But he just does that at a very high level. Yes, he adds the step overs and stuff like that in, but the rest is basic. I'm here going to lose the ball again. Try to win the ball back in this situation so you can activate the press. I'll win it back just over here when this guy turns in. Like this. See the press? So you can see like this. If you're not too sure, back to the left back. And you can see here the centre mids, they're sitting too far forward. You see that? This is people say, oh look, I got no one to pass the ball to. The centre mids are there. Now you can lob the ball. That's one option. Other option is just go to the wing. Then I like to do is just go to the simple butterfly wings, whichever way you want to go. This way you got a bit lucky. I'm just going to push that player back there. Waiting. And this is like how the rats will play basically. They'll just go like here. In fact, what you see a lot of top tier players do now is just go like this. Go all the way down the wing. And they'll literally just go like this. Go like this. And then take a shot towards goal. Not the best of touches from me there. But that's like another reason, another way that people will do it. But you can see, have a look at how my opponent's dealing with the press. See, that is the worst thing. We're going to actually analyze that. Let's have a look. We're going to pause that. And we're going to analyze that situation. And we're going to see that's a typical... Even over that one there, look at that. It's very poor for my opponent to get out of press there. Maybe it's because this player's in a rush and go around the goalkeeper here. I'll try to. Of course, normally we'll just try to shoot there. But we're going to try to pause. Like, see like here? The player's under pressure. Look at that. Look at that. Very risky pass there. There's no need to take that pass. You can see my opponent is very luckily getting away with it there. But had, for example, my player been more forward, it would have been a different situation. Let's just pause this game here. We can have a look at some of these examples. So, let's go back here to the very early phase. You can see, for example, like here, my opponent wins the ball back here, right? Here, wins the ball back, gets the pass here, makes that pass going forward, hands out of the way, and look at that. A very cynical pass. Look here. All you got to do is take a touch away here and go backwards. But you see, my opponent doesn't do that, makes a mistake, and I'm able to get a counter attack. Now, if I was playing a bit more, like if I was actually playing seriously, I'd probably take a shot there straight away and not take the mick. And then you like same thing over here. Have a look with Van Dijk when he wins the ball back here. Should you be doing a driven pass into the middle? Absolutely not. And this is why a lot of players, they lose the ball in those situations. Make sure you're not doing those mistakes, guys. It's very, very important. Be careful with these passes here because sometimes they can go astray. Again, so you can see here, look, people are pressing me. I'm looking at the radar. I'm glancing at the radar. I'm not panicking. And again, if you're still not sure, you can just lob the ball again. A double lob. Now, I'm not advocating doing this all the time, but a double lob here and normally an L1 trigger like that would probably get you out of the danger. Most times they're not. I'm not going to score. Let's give this player needs to win pretty bad. Let's just go back here. But otherwise the player won't press me. But you can see, for example, like here, I'm going to give the ball to my opponent deliberately under pressure. Let's see what they do. So you can see that was not a bad one. Got a bit lucky there because that player actually applied the ball and tried to pass the ball to Griezmann. Again, my player is walking with walk here. Should my player be walking with Walker? No, because I'll tell you why. Look on the radar. Oh, I got lucky. On the radar, you can see Walker's out of position. Again, don't do that's one thing. Don't do a through ball. Absolutely not. Do not do a through ball ever like that. You see that? That's a perfect example of what you do. Never ever do a through ball. Okay. Now, second thing, or last thing, should I say? What I'd recommend on a higher level is if you know how to use creative runs. It's really, really effective to do these bounce back features. And then, for example, do a player lock. And then you can, for example, switch it on a very high level. You can switch it and it's all about timing. Once the timing is correct, and if you're like one of those rats that goes down the wing, it's very, very easy. Because if one fullback gets pulled out of position, you should just pass the ball inwards like that to the striker, and it's a very, very easy way of scoring. So player lock gives you the alternative. So you can literally, so instead of just doing an L1 trigger, you can actually direct the pass going forward. I'm going to show you one more example, one final example here before we end and close the game. So I'll show you here. So we get the ball, as you can see with this player. We do a 1-2 player lock, and you can see it's all about timing. Then if you can't go through, because that's going to happen sometimes, you can't go through, lob the ball. Now this is the one. L1 triggers that player's offside. Then make the run on the outside. You see that? Now when that player makes that run, and you can switch it around. Here you can see I could a fake cancel. Or that was a horrendous touch. That's because I was holding the run button, by the way. That's why. When you use player lock, sometimes the players take odd touches. Sometimes it can be a bit AI random. Most times they're not. It's not really AI random. It's more because you kind of held the run button. But sometimes AI can mess up. But again, same thing here. And don't forget, you have to have player lock enabled in the menus, guys. Remember that. Player lock enabled in the menus. But you can even see when my opponent was in a 2-1 situation. Just take it like here. You can do it this way as well. This is a really nice one because you don't have to bounce it back. You can go like this, and you can just literally do it. And it's all about timing here, and you have to try to time it correctly. So you can do that one as well. And you see, look, but this bad to play. Look at this, my opponent. Just bad pressure. Just go back to the goalkeeper. There's no need. So this player, for example, maybe there might be, for example, like I would say probably, judging by this play style, probably like a rank 5. But let's say, for example, someone like this. Can you imagine they could probably end up getting towards the rank 4s, the rank 3s in these situations if they just kept it basic and didn't try to be aggressive. But that's just one thing to mention. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hope this gives you a good example of how to beat press. Remember, it just takes patience. Even against the best of pressers, remember, the goalkeeper is going to be that third man. So if you're ever unsure, do that. Or you're going to be a rat, be RT Griezmann. If you know, you know. Anyway, guys, I'm joking. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see more in-depth videos like this with a complete in-depth guide on how to use this, you can check out my Patreon series, patreon.com/NealGuides. Links down below in the description for my FIFA School FC school. If you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. Just send me a message, refund your money. That's 1 month guarantee. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.